the 12 best Angelina Jolie movies, ranked. Angelina Jolie is an American actress and director known for her humanitarian efforts. She made her screen debut as a child in Lookin to Get Out, before her career later began in earnest in Cyborg 2 and Hackers, both of which really put her on the map. Jolie won her first Golden Globe in 1998 for her performance in Gia, before earning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for Girl, Interrupted. She went on to star in a number of action films, and established herself as an A-list Hollywood actress, before beginning her directorial career within The Land of Blood and Honey and Unbroken. Jolie is one of the most recognizable celebrities to ever emerge from Hollywood, and her filmography spans over the past 3 decades. In that time, she has starred in a number of films, both good and bad. While her career as a director takes off, it's good to remember her talents as an actress as well as a filmmaker, by looking back at some of her best work. Here are the 12 all-time best Angelina Jolie movies, ranked. 1. Gia, 1998. Jolie blew critics away with her performance as the titular character in Gia. This biopic tells the tragic story of fashion model Gia Karangi. After arriving in New York City, Gia's quick rise to the top shows a bright future for her until her agent dies, and in her distress, she turns to drugs, which leads to her untimely death from HIV at the young age of 26. Jolie's performance earned her the Golden Globe for Best Performance by an Actress in a miniseries or motion picture made for television, as well as the Screen Actors Guild Award for Outstanding Performance by a Female Actor in a Television Movie or Miniseries. 2. Playing by Heart, 1998. Playing by Heart is a unique film that follows the lives of 11 seemingly random people, including a married couple, a widowed mother and her dying son, a couple having an affair, a theater director and a random stranger, an aspiring actress and a shy young man, and a lone man who speaks on nothing by heartbreak. As the story unfolds, the connections between the characters soon become clear. Starring alongside big legends like Sean Connery, Jolie plays the role of hopeful actress Joan. While the film itself received mixed reviews, Jolie's performance was praised, earning her the Nation Board of Review of Motion Pictures Award for Best Breakthrough Performance by an Actress. 3. Girl, Interrupted, 1999. While Girl, Interrupted is widely regarded as an uneven film, with a shaky grasp on mental illness, Jolie's performance articulates the shallow charm and cold calculation of a clinical sociopath with total aplomb. Jolie is a jittery force of nature in her limited screen time, making such an impact on Logan director James Mangold's film, that she completely overshadowed poor Winona Ryder's attempted comeback performance. The actress would receive her first Academy Award for her work as Lisa Rowe, the role that launched her into superstardom. 4. Pushing Tin, 1999. Pushing Tin revolves around air traffic controllers Nick, played by John Cusack, and Russell, played by Billy Bob Thornton, who are constantly at odds with each other. While Nick is serious and competitive, Russell is laid back and unbothered. Jolie stars as Mary Bell, Russell's dissatisfied wife, who ends up having an affair with Nick. While the film was met with mixed reviews, Pushing Tin received the approval of film critic Roger Ebert, who recommended the film as a must-watch for its performances and attention to detail. 5. The Bone Collector, 1999. The Bone Collector follows policewoman Amelia Donaghy as she chases down a serial murderer whose signature is extracting bone shards from his victims. Calling on the aid of quadriplegic forensic expert Lincoln Rhyme, Amelia works with him to piece together the clues to save the next victim before it's too late. Jolie's performance is outstanding alongside the legendary Denzel Washington, who is considered one of the best actors of our generation. 6. Lara Croft, Tomb Raider, 2001. Jolie was an inspired choice to bring the iconic video game heroine to life, nailing both the pseudo-intellectualism and the acrobatic gunplay of a character who is essentially a buxom Indiana Jones. But Jolie seems to be having fun in the tight trousers, rocking an appropriately wonky English accent, and rubbing elbows with real-life dad Jon Voight. If only the film was having as much fun as its lead, perhaps Tomb Raider could have beat the video game curse. 7. Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, 2004. Jolie plays Frankie Cook, a commander of a Royal Navy aircraft carrier in this diesel punk film that reimagines 1939 as more technologically advanced than the present, but in a way that remains nostalgic for that era. Oh, and it co-stars a digital recreation of Laurence Olivier. Confused? Don't worry, just look into Angelina's good eye, and go along for the surreal ride. 8. Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005. In one of Jolie's most iconic roles, she stars alongside Brad Pitt in Mr. and Mrs. Smith. The film follows Jane and John Smith, a bored married couple whose lives are lies, as they are secretly both assassins working for opposing agencies. The truth comes to light, and eventually the couple is assigned to kill each other, but their very real feelings seem to get in the way. The film was popular among Brangelina fans, as the couple admitted that their budding relationship began on set. The chemistry between Jolie and Pitt is undeniable, which is what makes Mr. and Mrs. Smith a joy to watch. 9. A Mighty Heart, 2007. Based on the memoir by Marion Pearl, A Mighty Heart tells the story of the French journalist as she investigates the kidnapping and murder of her late husband by terrorists in Pakistan. While the film was a box office flop, it was well received by critics. A Mighty Heart is without a doubt one of Jolie's most dramatic roles, as she portrays a widow searching for the truth of what happened to her husband to bring justice to his murderers. While many disagreed with the casting of Jolie in the role of a woman of color, as the real-life Marion Pearl is a multiracial woman, the real Marion Pearl reportedly asked her to play the role, as she felt Jolie was the best actor to do so. 10. Changeling, 2008. Based on the real-life story of Christine Collins and the Wineville chicken coop murders, Changeling follows Christine after her son, Walter, disappears. When the police find Walter and reunite the mother and son, Christine discovers that Walter is, in fact, not her missing son, but the police will not hear it. As a result, Christine is disillusioned and deemed delusional by the authorities, ending up being placed in a psychiatric ward. Jolie blows the audience away in her performance as Christine, a distraught mother whose only wish is to be reunited with her son. 11. Maleficent, 2014. The film that launched a parade of Disney villain origin stories, Maleficent brings a sympathetic eye to Sleeping Beauty's evil queen, with Jolie rocking the iconic horns, and exuding a chilly menace to give the kiddies nightmares. In this unique retelling of Sleeping Beauty, Maleficent tells the story of the young Maleficent, who is betrayed by the king, turning her pure heart cold, sending her into a bitter creature determined to get her revenge. Placing a curse on the king's successor Aurora, Maleficent soon realizes that she is the key to peace in the kingdom that her father couldn't bring. The film was wildly popular at the time of its release, with special praise for Jolie's iconic live-action portrayal of the misunderstood Maleficent. The film saw enough attention that it spawned a sequel, Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, in which Jolie returned to the role. 12. Eternals, 2021. Marvel's follow-up to Avengers, Endgame was a disappointment, but as is her way, Jolie elevates her scenes through presence alone. In an overstuffed cast, Jolie breaks through the narrative clutter as Thena, a superhuman warrior capable of making weapons appear out of thin air, who suffers from a psychological condition that causes her to lash out against her own allies. She plays the role with both swagger and vulnerability. If there's reason to anticipate a sequel, it's the hope that she'll be given more to do.